I hate that I never got a chance to really. Me and Joe had a falling out over something with a fan and some other things, and and I look at it, bro. You my little brother. I respect you for what you do as an artist. I work for you because you're the artist and I'm your role manager, whatever, but I'm never going to overstep you, but don't belittle me because I ain't that dude.
Absolutely.
I don't care how much money you got. That ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of got into it. At later on down the road, after we had the LeVert success, well, this was on his solo thing that we got into it. But when doing the LeVert project with all three of them, we had a great years, great tours, great success on a lot of things. We really our struggle was the first couple of years, doing the Chitlin circuit, learning how to adapt to the different areas and the different promoters, and we done had guns pulled on us. We done had promoters not pay us, man, and a lot of different things. And on that level, in the industry back in them days, man, it was a lot of drugs, a lot of drugs, a lot of drugs, and a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
So when we were coming in the industry, most of the people that we hung with were drug dealers because they the type, they got money. They don't want nothing but to be around on the scene, on the set. We ain't got to, you ain't got, they ain't really asking for nothing just to be on the scene.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They might bring the girls, the party girls, and all that kind of stuff. So most of our friends, that's what they did.
Yeah.
So it was always like that. So we never really had to really go into the buy or whatever. So
Or
it really wasn't a need for that. You know what I'm saying? That we had to go outside our limit to get. Most people, when they get on, start doing, they got to go find money to get it. That shit, it was around all the time. It was free. It was what it was. That's what it was. But didn't none of us really, we did our thing, here and there. The women, all that, I was married. My baby mama, I don't mess with her no more. I can't stand her. And I will always say that. My daughter last year was asking me, would I go talk to her for what? I don't, she kicked me out at one of my lowest points.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to mess with me no more. She felt like I wasn't the guy that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, we were living in Cleveland. So I got a job at Pyramid Entertainment, which was a booking agency out of New York.
I'm familiar with it. Yep.
Sal Michelson.
I still work with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was my guys.
Yeah.
I had, so I worked for them, but I was doing the comedy. I was doing the comedy division, and I was going to work out of the LA office.
Okay.
So we were starting the LA office. They were starting the LA office, and I was going to work with the comedy division. So I went out there. They paid for me to come out there. I went out there, I knew, Mickey Howard, friends of, all the, I knew most of the people out there, a lot of was out there as their history, of some of these people. So my wife and them, they start hanging out with Mickey and Shaka and all, just, the little girls clique, you know what I'm saying? So, she started messing with this dude. And I don't want to put him out there because they own some restaurants and some stuff in Cali, you know what I'm saying? She started messing with these cats, and she started really getting on the drugs bad, you know what I'm saying? And then I had my daughter. My daughter was, she was young, and we kind of, the comedy thing wasn't working. They wasn't really booking the acts that they had at that time. So it really wasn't, the money wasn't flowing into that department. So they kind of like killed the department. So my job, they canceled the job, and I went to start to an independent record label and started working with them, but the pay wasn't it was an independent company, you know what I'm saying? We trying to build it up. And the pay wasn't the same. You know, car breaks down, you know, we got to move from this place to a lower place to, you know, department, you know. Then I went to Cleveland and tried to make some more money, do some things. Then I came back and her whole attitude was changed. She was like, I abandoned her because I went to Cleveland to try to get some money. And I abandoned her and left her. I was like, but I was still sending you money while I was in Cleveland. So how did I abandon you?
Yeah.
But I knew what it was. If she wanted to be with somebody else, that was cool. Let me know. You ain't got to go behind my back. Just let me know we good. But you want to go behind my back with people in the industry? Come on, man. That's, you know, don't make me look like a fool. That's why I say that's how people get hurt.
Yeah.
When you put people out there, you make them look bad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a calm dude. But you know, when I get mad, I cry, and it is over with.
Okay. So you one of them. You cry first. And
I cry, and then it's crazy. I'm tearing some shit up.
Okay.
So they know when I cry, it's over with.
Yeah.
So, you know, I come back to the house. She like, I don't want to be with you no more. Da 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 da. You know, I was like, okay, that's cool. But I didn't, you know, I didn't really want to just, I was in love with her still. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that I was still in love with her. I'm like, damn. Okay. So, but I left. Then about maybe like 2 years later, she was really on drugs and she lost my daughter. And she ended up having 2 other kids after that. And she lost all the kids. So I got custody of my daughter. And I moved to Atlanta then, and I got custody of my daughter, and she came to live with me. And my daughter she was a handful, man. So she gave me everything back that I gave my daddy and my mama. As far as, you know, they say you get what you give out. And boy, my daughter was a handful, man. She would have messed up all my relationship. I couldn't have no woman. Yeah. So I moved to Atlanta. Then I moved to Houston. I met a young lady named Angie, and me and her, she had 2 sons. I had my daughter. We got a house together, and so when my daughter comes, my daughter was like, you know, I'm gonna mess up your relationship. She told me.
How old was she when she said that to you?
My daughter had to be about 10, 11.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, you know, and my mama told me, because my mama had her for about 6, her and my auntie took care of her while I was getting situated. So she stayed with my mom and my auntie. But then they got to getting into it, they got to fighting, and oh my God, she messed up my whole relationship. But I was out there doing, if I would have been at home like I should have been, but I'm out there doing other things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I should have been concentrating on the house, but I'm out roaming the streets, coming in at 2, 3 in the morning, like, you know, just because. Just because I could. But she ended up, you know, ruining that. And what's so crazy is that my daughter and her was getting into it like cats and dogs. Now I can't separate their ass.